more gracious. Wait, hold up, I got next. No dirt on my name, that's a flex, yeah. I just want commas, no drama, no stress. I got too much, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. Way up, I'm way, hold up, I got next. No dirt on my name, that's a flex, yeah. I just want commas, no drama, no stress. I got too much, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. Way up, I'm blessed.
That you guys must eliminate me for not believing what Muhammad teach. What kind of a the God of the Bible never tell me to hate you? He says,
Hold on,
love your
Kenny. Hold on,
neighbor.
Kenny. Let's not bombard them. I want to, you know, let's not bombard them. But you speaking all facts, brother. You speaking all facts. Breadwinner, you hear what you understand what brother Kenny is saying?
I hear what he's saying. Yeah, I'd hear what he's saying, and what it sounds like he's saying from what he's read from the Hadiths is that God is going to test us. Is that what you can sum it up to?
No,
No,
that's what I said. He
no,
says
Kenny.
God is gonna make me do this thing. He never said God is testing me. Testing mean that He's gonna put the thing in front of me. No, it says God says, and I'm quoting. Get the hadith, my friend. Sahih Muslim 4129. It says, if I was not committing sin, Allah is going to sweep me out of existence, destroy me, and replace me with somebody who would sin that they can ask for forgiveness. That's not a test. That is you making me do the stuff. That's not a test. A test is when somebody puts something in front of you, you don't have to take it. The verse said, the Quran verse says, Allah sends the jinn, or sends the devil rather, to entice me. And then Muhammad confirmed it by saying, if I am not sinning, Allah is going to sweep me out of existence. I am not useful. Don't say that is that's not a test.
No, I
Test
was
is
just asking.
different.
It was a question. You know, I could answer that, but I don't want to just answer for the sake of answering. So I'll just
No.
listen.
Let me put up the hadith,
Brother,
my friend. I don't want to just say it off my top of my
let me
head,
show you
please.
something real quick. Because we're not saying you got to have every answer to everything we bring up, right? Just trying to give you something to think about. This is the Hadith Sahih 2658. Says the son of Adam's share of zina, etc., is decreed for him. You know what zina is, brother?
Yeah, I know.
It's decreed for you, right? That means that it's a divine decree. It means you. This is what you got to do. It says Abu Hurairah reported Allah's messenger as saying, Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in. There will be no escape from it. The adultery of the eyes, the lustful look, and the adultery of the ears is listening to voluptuous song or talk, and the adultery of the tongue is licentious speech, and the adultery of the hand is the lustful grip, and the adultery of the feet is to walk to the place where he intends to commit adultery, and the heart yearns and desires which he may not put into effect, may or may not put into effect. Right?
So it is fixed at birth. You're saying it is fixed that
It's just what it
God
says.
Not
knows.
at birth.
It
Not at
says
Okay,
birth.
Allah
I,
fixed it for you, and you
In another
must
hadith,
Before you were born, not at birth.
yeah,
Before it's a decree.
The
That's
problem with the
fifty.
you're
TP does
born.
not give you time to speak. When you speak, it comes in. The problem with the TP.
Hold on,
TP.
Musa,
No,
Musa,
no,
Musa.
Musa, stay in your corner, please.
Hold on, Musa.
50
Musa, hold
50,000
on.
years, 50,000 years before creation, the hadith tell us that Allah set into like he wrote down everything that was going to happen.
isn't Allah all knowing?
Yeah, but
Isn't
all
God all
knowing,
knowing?
all
All
knowing
knowing is
doesn't
one thing.
is not predestination, bro.
Yeah, this is saying he fixed it like it was his
Every
decree. A decree is a divine command.
You
So
see,
it's not just like, oh, I know it, I'm going to write it down. It's I'm commanding this to happen.
it's decreed for you. This is his decree, and he fixed it. Allah fixed the very portion of adultery which a man will indulge in. There would be no escape from it. So you, no matter what you do, you can't escape from it.
So if you cheat on your wife, you can just be like, baby, Allah made me do it.
Yeah, this was fixed for me.
No, you know, I'm not going to argue y'all's interpretation, and I'm not going to say I have an interpretation about it either. So, I don't try to. The thing is, I don't try to force anything on anybody. You believe what you believe, and I believe what I believe.
Well,
But
when
I don't say that to run from it at all. I'm just saying I don't know. I've never heard. This is the first time you sent it, and for me, and if
no,
if
no,
if
and
it was
that's
said, look,
cool.
if it was said the way you interpret it, like if it was what you said, and it was like it's like, dang, this is what's on paper, and I believed it, I would agree with you. But of course, there's context. There's more information to be gained. There's always more to the story than just what's presented, than what you presented, because it sounds good. But
Do
I
you think that's
always
the
say I would
only?
look into it, and I would investigate for myself and build my interpretation, not what you're gonna put upon me.
The thing is you really shouldn't build your own interpretation. What you should do is go to, like, your religion says that you're supposed to go to the learned, right? You're supposed to look at the tafsirs. You're supposed to go to the scholars. And the thing is that, and the gentleman on this board can tell you, we've already done that, and we can tell you right now that they believe that everything is fixed by Allah.
TikToker, I'm not even making this up. You see, the thing about interpretation is this is Muhammad declaring something. So this is not me interpreting. This is me quoting what Muhammad said. And then the other one is 27:49. It even gets worse. It says,
Okay,
I
okay,
am going to
okay,
be
okay, bro. Bro, listen,
Musa, stop talk. I'm
listen.
quoting your hadith. Stop talking. He said, I'm going to sweep you out. No, let me
First,
tell you. This is
listen.
what
Let
it
me
says.
guide you on the
I'm
hadith
going
you are
to
going to
sweep
what?
you. I'm
Let me
going to
guide
sweep
you.
you out of no, Musa, I'm talking. Let me just finish. I'm going to sweep you out of existence if you are not sinning. That doesn't need context. It's saying if I am not doing anything wrong, I am useless. Allah is going to sweep me out. And then he says, and be replaced by somebody who is doing wrong that they can ask Allah for forgiveness. That doesn't need context.
Listen,
What more
brother.
context is
But
that?
Listen,
I'm gonna
brother.
say that I would
Let
never
me say
listen
something
to.
real quick. Let me just say something real
Go
quick
ahead.
here. Brother, we need first hold on. Let me tell you, there is two things that you should know. The tendency of sinning and adultery, according to the hadith he brought, is that everything, there's another hadith where Prophet Muhammad said, everything we shall do in this life is pre-written in our book of deed. You
Which means
understand?
Allah
This very
decreed it.
hadith
He
here.
just said
Listen,
it.
first
You are not
listen.
answering no
Don't
question.
pop up.
You are not
Please,
answering.
don't
You are
pop up before I
confirming.
finish.
You hold on. You are not
Listen.
confirm. No, change it. Don't give me the hadith. Let us read it. Let
First,
us hear
let
your
me
hadith.
finish.
Hold on. Hey, hold on,
Let me
Musa. We
first
got you,
finish and you come in.
Musa. Hold on.
Okay,
Let me
now.
see.
Thank
Let me
you.
show you real quick, Musa. Real quick, Musa. Then I'm gonna let you go. I want to hear your answer to this. Right? It says narrated by Abdullah bin Masud. Allah's messenger, the truly inspired, said, the matter of the creation of a human being is put together in the womb of the mother in 40 days, and then he becomes a clot of thick blood for a similar period. That's problematic because we know the when the egg is fertilized, it don't turn into a thick clot of blood. But anyway, and then a piece of flesh for a similar period. Then Allah sends an angel who is ordered to write four things. He is ordered to write down, i.e., the new creature's deeds, his livelihood, his date of death, and whether he will be blessed or wretched in religion. Then the soul is breathed into him. So a man amongst you may do good deeds till there is only a cubit between him and paradise. And then what has been written, you see this? What has been written for him uh, decides his behavior, and he starts doing evil deeds, characteristics of the people of hellfire. And similarly, a man amongst you may do evil deeds, till there's only a cubit between him and hellfire, and then what has been written for him decides his behavior, and he starts doing deeds characteristic of the people of paradise.
I don't.
So
Exactly. That is
I
what you
don't
are
see
getting.
anything wrong
Now
with.
let me
Yeah. I
continue.
you
don't.
don't see anything wrong with
Let
that?
me continue now. I want this
Hold,
guy. I
hold
want
on,
PT to understand
hold on,
something.
Musa. Hold on, Musa.
Let me
You
finish
don't
real quick.
hold on,
I am
Musa.
in a bad network.
Musa, please, brother. I'm trying to be civilized. Come on, hold on. Let me explain what this is saying. He said he don't see nothing wrong with it. This man is doing good deeds. He's doing good deeds, and he's this close. He's this close between him and paradise. So he's on his way to heaven. And then what has been written for him decides his behavior. And he start doing evil deeds characteristic of the people of hellfire. So what is written for you, predestination, decides your behavior. It's not you. Because first you was doing good deeds. But what is written takes over and decides your behavior, and you start doing evil deeds. This is the
Bro,
problem.
listen. I
Something is
understand.
wrong with that.
Understand.
No.
I understand. Listen, I understand. Let me go to the second page of that because that one is well explained and is well understood. The second part of it that this brother is talking about that Islam from the hadith that we will of those who are not doing bad and replace them with those who will be doing
Hold
evil.
on, hold on,
Let
hold
me
on,
tell you
hold on,
one
hold
thing.
on. No,
Listen,
no, you're not
listen,
about to jump,
listen.
Not
Musa.
going to
Deal
jump
with this
over the
real
bad
quick.
part and jump to the
I'm not
good part that
jumping.
you
That
want
is
to
what
talk
he
Deal with
about.
said.
this
That is what
hadith.
PT was saying.
No, deal with this
The
hadith.
PT
Deal
was
with this
saying.
hadith. Don't deal with
Hold
my
on,
hadith. My
Musa,
hadith
Musa,
already answer you. You're yapping by this moment. You're not
Musa.
making sense.
I don't know what you got against PT. You want to attack PT right now.
He can't. He know he can't. I will cook
Attack
him.
this hadith. Attack this hadith. We just
Whenever
see.
whenever PT come up, I will cook him because he doesn't know nothing about. I will fry him. So don't come for me. Because what you're gonna say now is a
Okay,
bunch
first
of
wait.
la la
Hold
lottery.
on.
You are a
But
bunch Musa.
Hold on.
Musa, you're yapping. Answer the hadith.
Listen.
Musa. Hold on, everybody. I will let you talk, Musa, but you have to deal with this. We're not talking about what Kenny just said. I just read you an hadith that says that what was written for you decides your behavior. Can you answer this, please?
Okay. You want me to talk about this hadith? There's no problem. Okay, the hadith is very clear, even you have explained it yourself. That they say anyone, everything is act and whatsoever it will be within this life is predestined. And when you are now out of your mother's womb and you are in this life, if you tend to do good thing, that is what hadith is. If you tend to do good things, then you have only a cubit between you and paradise. But if you let your evil part of it deceives you for you did not attempt to do good, you tend to do bad. That is when you will go to hell. If you do what the people of the hell is doing, that is the pre-warning that you should know that if you do good, there is a benefit. If you do bad, there is a benefit. What do I talk about? This is
Okay,
very
Musa.
clear. This is
Musa,
a
it
this
has
Okay,
teaching
Musa.
nothing to
Okay,
do
everyone
with
who
Musa.
you.
just
You're
become a
yapping.
Muslim.
You're
I
Musa.
hear
It
you.
says
I
you're
hear you.
decree. Hold on, word. Let me just say this, Musa.
Real quick,
You
Kenny. Real
yap.
PT,
quick.
keep quiet
You
Real
first.
quick,
yapped.
Kenny.
You are dummy.
He's not going to respond well to you, Kenny.
No, because he's a
I don't know
dummy. He
what you
doesn't
did
know
to him.
English. Go speak in your
But
language. You don't know English.
right, he's not going to respond. I don't know what you did to him, but he's just going to be condescending and try to react to you,
Can't be
violently.
condescending. I will
Okay,
descend
Os,
him
go
to
on.
So
Muhammad.
listen, Musa.
Uh,
Where does it say is whatever that man decides takes over? No, it says what's been
of
written
course.
for him
Uh-huh.
decides his
Uh-huh.
behavior. So if this
Uh-huh.
right here written decides your behavior, it's removing your own ability to do good like you was doing at first. This part that's written for you decides it and it seals it. So you
Listen.
have to start behaving
Listen, bro.
how it was written for you to behave. It
Listen,
doesn't,
bro.
whatever you just said doesn't
Thank
say
you.
nothing about this hadith. It's not in that
Thank you.
context.
Thank you. Let me come. Thank you. The hadith is very clear. I will repeat it again. you even read it very clear that it has already been written for you in the book of deeds of what you are going to be in this life. And remember, in this world, we are here as a test. In this life, we are being tested for whatsoever we're going to do. You understand? So
And you already
when
failed the
God is
test.
testing you, when God is testing you, He will test you with so many things. A thing that will take you away from Him, and a thing that will bring you closer to Him. But now He has put it. He has given us.
Word, does he understand what you just read? I think he doesn't understand English. He's talking
So
about what he feels. Let me give you the verse again. The
Breadwinner.
verse says, "My
we
behavior
got the
is
verse. Can I say
destined."
something?
Please stop waffle. Just answer the verse. Please answer the hadith. Start tell us what you
Okay,
feel.
Breadwinner say he's gonna deal with it. Breadwinner,
No,
what you got to say, bro?
no, I didn't say I was going to deal with the direct hadith, but the reason why y'all brought this hadith up earlier, y'all said because Allah tells or sending jinns or devils us for us to sin, right? According to what logic you guys use. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm never going to use actually text or religion. I'm gonna just try to use some logic, right? Um, so
You know
in
that
that sense,
Breadwinner. Hold
it,
on, real quick. You know
yeah,
that's kind of haram. You can't use your own logic when you doing
no,
talking about
no,
Quran
no.
verses.
It's not my own. It's not my own logic. I'm not trying to manipulate anything. I want you to kind of just open your mind to a vertical idea. So, in that same sense, wouldn't that mean who created the devil? Who created the demons? Who created hell?
Not God.
Yeah, Allah did.
Your Allah
Not
did that,
my
not our
God
God.
did.
So the so there's things in this world that God did not create.
God didn't create devil. When he created, he said everything is good. Now Satan has free will. He decides that
Right,
he wants to do. There is
right.
when God created, it says, and it was good. He never created evil. Evil is as a result of turning against God. He had that ability. But your Quran says, and I'm quoting now, you see the difference between the Bible and your Quran. Your Quran says, Allah made the devil. And what happened, he says again, there's no logic going. You see, whatever Muhammad said supersedes what you are saying to us with logic. Muhammad is saying, Muhammad said, God has decreed this from you are in the womb, and you have to do it. And even if you're nearly to go to heaven, because the thing was decreed, Allah write it down that Tom is going to hell no matter what he does. That is what going to happen. And I gave you the hadith, all these hadith. It says
Well, look, I
Allah
got a
is going to
question.
sweep me. No, there's no answer the hadith.
There's
Don't
no
give me
question.
logic.
I can't
No,
answer the hadith. I
no,
don't
give
know the
me
He
hadith.
logic.
said,
But look, and it's
He
pretty
said he
plain when
don't.
he's
He said he
explaining
don't
it.
know. This is his first time
Let
reading the
him let
hadith.
him answer. Just
And
let him answer. I'm
that,
But
interested.
what
no,
I'm
what
saying, that's
I'm just
fair.
trying
That's
to.
fair.
I'm
He
trying.
said he don't know this hadith,
Yeah.
so that's fair. I'm not gonna push it on you.
When
I think
he
you should
read
just
it,
check it out.
without any bias in his voice, it sounded plain as simple and straightforward. You know, anybody can read two of the same text, and the way you read it can be interpreted. Y'all know what I'm talking about, tonality and the way you can mix up stuff. So, like that's why and I didn't want to say that, but what I was saying when y'all said that God didn't create the devil, so he are y'all saying? I just got a question. Like I'm curious to want to know. Are y'all saying that God never knew that the devil was going to come about? So
Okay,
there was something
this
that
what
he did
happened.
not know, even though he is all
Right,
knowing. It
breadwinner.
was never written.
This what happened in the Bible. God created everything, and after everything He created, even the angels, everything, He said it was good, because there's no evil in God. He can't create evil, and evil is not something that's tangible, like you can actually test or put in the test tube or anything like that. The devil came about. He got prideful. He was full of pride, and he wanted a kingdom of his own. He wanted to be God.
Right,
But the
right.
devil, our angels in Christianity, they have free will. So
Hmm.
his free will took over, and he became prideful. So he
Right.
started to remove himself from God. from
Right.
God's holy command, right?
Right.
And once you do that, the further away you get from God, evil creeps in. Evil is just a byproduct of free will.
Right.
Because if you don't have a choice, you really don't have a choice. There's no free will.
So
If
what?
God was to create everything like robots, we don't have free will, then
Right.
we don't have a choice to choose him, then we don't have a choice at all because there's only one singular thing,
Right.
right?
So
The devil had a choice.
with that explanation you just gave, that means God is not all knowing, and He is
No,
flawed
that
in that
no,
same
no,
sense.
no, no,
In
no,
that same sense, because He got blindsided
no, he
by
didn't.
the devil.
No, he didn't. No, he
Breadwinner,
didn't.
free
Hold
will
on, hold
is
on,
it?
PT.
Yes.
Hold on, PT. Hold on, PT.
He didn't say that anyway.
He didn't get blindsided. Every Christian, if you ask them what the devil intends for bad, God can flip it and work it out for good. Just like Jesus being crucified, we was talking about earlier. The devil did want him to be crucified,
You said
but
didn't or
God
did?
had a different plan of him being crucified. It was a actual. It was actually planned out. God had this plan from the very beginning for him to be crucified. The
Because He's
devil
all
thought
knowing.
he was doing something good or bad in his sense, but God made it to be good.
But do you see where I'm coming from? You kind of like,
No, you
is
don't.
God all knowing?
Foreknowledge,
Like that's
foreknowledge.
it's
Wait,
just kind of simple.
Yes.
bread wallet, foreknowledge. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, you don't understand. There is foreknowledge, meaning God knows what man is capable of. He has free will. Free will doesn't negate foreknowledge, meaning I have free will, meaning I have a choice. It doesn't mean that
Yes.
God doesn't know. It doesn't blindside because He's God.
Right.
He foreknew, right? But then He
Right.
says, "Who He foreknew, He predestined." So He knows stuff. Foreknowledge and predestination are two different things.
Preach.
Foreknowledge is me knowing something before, later on, right? Predestined is me setting the thing. Now, there's a difference between me knowing the thing and setting the thing. I don't
Right.
want you to be a robot, so here what? You have a free will.
Mm.
Love doesn't work if you don't have a choice. Love is not a feeling, it's a choice.
So
When
let me
you
ask you
love,
this.
well, wait, I'm not done. So
No, I know. Finish.
when you're saying all this thing, you're harping on, you're mixing up predestination and foreknowledge. They are two different things. I know something. Let me tell you something. There are things that I know, right? Like for instance, I know that if my child touch the stove when it's lit, it's gonna burn him. So what do I do? He has a free will. So what do? I try to guide the free will. Hey, if you touch the stove, you're going to be burned. The foreknowledge of me has appearing. I'm just using this small, that if that I know he's gonna be burned. Now, if he comes to me and he chooses to be burned, that's his choice. He has the free will. All I'm trying to do is guide him into making the right choice. But he still have the power or the choice to touch the stove. That's my foreknowledge, knowing that if he touch the stove, he's going to get burned. Or if I am not guiding him, he's going to touch it. So he
Right.
comes to me, Daddy, I'm burned. No, you are burned because foreknowledge tell me you are going to be burned. But you had a choice. I said, do not touch the stove or else you will be burned. If you stay away when it's lit, you won't be burned. That's what he told Adam and Eve. Do not touch this or you will be burned. Do this and you will live. They chose to do this and get burned. That's a similar
Right.
situation. Now I'm just using my little knowledge to use an analogy for foreknowledge. No, God's foreknowledge is bigger than mine. But I'm just using that to say that my child still have a choice to do whatever he wants, as much as I would love him to do the right thing. Simple.
So does God know what I am going to do tomorrow?
He knows what you're going
Yes.
to do tomorrow, but he hopes. This is this. There's a difference.
He's
I
not making
know.
you do it.
I
It's just a
know
yes or
that
no
if
comment.
I know that if breadwinner don't repent, he's gonna go to hell. I'm just gonna give you this simple, straightforward. Repent and believe in Jesus Christ, or you're going to hell. However, listen, person for an breadwinner, you're here. I am giving you the opportunity to choose Christ. This is an opportunity right now. Tomorrow is not promised. You might die the next minute, you might die the next hour, you might die the next 5 days. But you have an opportunity now to choose. So I'm still spurring you to make the right choice. But breadwinner is saying, you know what? I still want to choose what I have chosen. So if you die tomorrow, he knows that if you die tomorrow in the state you are in, you're going to hell. He is trying to give you foreknowledge that tomorrow, if you continue the same way, you are going to hell. But if tomorrow you die in the state of accepting Christ, you are going to heaven. That's foreknowledge. Foreknowledge makes him know that if you continue how you are today, you are going to hell.
I
Simple.
under I understand free will. Now, my question is, does God know what I am going to do tomorrow?
Yes, he does.
So can I change what God knows from what I'm going to do tomorrow because I have free will? That's what you guys are kind of saying, technically.
No, no, no,
Because
no,
of
no,
free will, I
no,
can change what God knows for me to have
no,
No.
written
no,
tomorrow.
no. You can't change what he knows. For all you know, you just going and doing your regular thing. He knows what you're gonna do, but he's not actively making you do it.
Exactly.
Just like the hadith we read about the adultery, like Allah
Hmm.
fixed the very portion of the of adultery you can't escape it. So Allah is fixing you to do this. That's is different, totally different in Christianity. Our God do not do things like this. Our God, matter of fact, let me read you 1983 what he was saying. Do you, O prophet, not see we have sent the devils against the believers, constantly inciting them, right? Constantly inciting them. This is not what God do. Our God don't test us with evil things. Yes, life is hard enough already that our God doesn't have to test us with evil things. Evil is all around us, bad things is all around us anyway. So he
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have to send he don't have to send devils to constantly misguide you. You got that hard enough anyway.
If correct me if I'm wrong, and they may not have been evil things, but I'm not really good with Christian religion when it comes to things. But wasn't Job? I think it was Job. Wasn't he tested? Wasn't he a faithful believer of
Job was
God, and he was
Job,
tested?
Job. This is not. Listen, this is the difference now. Listen, this is the story. Job was there. He had everything. Now, as again, the devil is already in life, right? The devil
Yeah.
came to God and asked him, can I touch Job? Hear what God said. Listen, listen. It's not God sending him, God said, this is life. You're going to test him, right? But you can't take his soul. In other words, God is not telling the devil what to do, how to make him sin, or because in the Bible saying all of his doing, Job never sinned in terms of go against God. All God did was that, listen, because this is real life, you know from the beginning when men sin, right? Job is not exempt from the devil. Nobody in
Hmm.
this life, as long as you're a human being, because of Adam, we are not exempt. All God said, He said, "You. This is as much as you can test Job. Like everybody, I'm tested every day. You are tested every day, but you can't take his life." And no matter what happened, the devil did. What did Job said? I'm not sinning. He says, "Naked I came." He says, "Naked I shall return." He says, "Though God slay me, yet will I trust Him." It is not God saying, "Job, you are going to sin." There's nowhere in that. There's a difference in the Quran. In Islam, God is saying, "Hear what, devil? Not only go and test him, I am going to make him do it." In the Bible, Job is saying, the devil said, "Please, can I touch Job? Just give him a little test." And God said, "Well, this is life. Go ahead and test him. But I guarantee you, no matter what you do to him, Job is not going to sin against me." In the Quran, in Islam, Allah is saying, "Hey, man, devil, hear what? I want you to test him, but not only you test him. I am going to make Job do it. I am going to make breadwinner do it, because guess what? I already write breadwinner to commit adultery. In other words, I have already written that if breadwinner is near to paradise, because I have decreed that he must sin, because if he doesn't sin, I'm going to wipe him out. At the last minute, he's going to do some sinning, because guess what? That's what I want him to do. That's a different thing.
In other
Job was
words, in
tested.
Islam, we don't have free will.
No, you don't.
no,
According
But
to us.
no, no. According to your books, you don't. But according to our Bible, we do. We have the choice to choose hell, choose Satan, or choose the Yahweh. Choose evil or choose good. We have that choice. In your Islam, you don't have a choice. If adultery pops up right now, you have to do it, because Allah says, "Oh, breadwinner, you're gonna do it. No matter what you do, just submit." You look at the girl; she's sexy, man. Woo! Whistle. You know what? Go talk to her. You know what?
You know
Spank her
how
on the
silly?
butt.
Don't
Oh
that
my
sound
God.
pretty silly? Don't that sound pretty silly, right?
No, but that's
right,
what your Quran.
breadwinner,
That's what your
breadwinner.
Islam.
This is breadwinner. Right, you know. Who guides and misguides people?
You said, do I know who misguides and
Who
guides people?
guides and misguides people?
Who? Tell me.
Allah. It says it in your Quran. If Allah guides you, no one can misguide you. If He misguides you, no one can guide you, because this is what Allah decreed.
Let's
So,
go back to the word.
God bless you, Christian boy. So if Allah have decided to misguide you, no one can guide you. It's
Waiting, more gracious. Wait, hold up, I got next. No dirt on my name, that's a flex. I just want commas, no drama, no stress. I got too much, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. Way up, I'm way, hold up, I got next. No dirt on my name, that's a flex. I just want commas, no drama, no stress. I got too much, I'm thankful, I'm blessed. Way up, I'm blessed. My life